Hi, I'm Slavik with iDrinkCoffee.com. Today I'm presenting the Sanremo F18 commercial espresso machine. The F18 is manufactured with two versions. The SB, which is a single boiler, that's a heat exchanger system, or the MB, and that of course is the multi-boiler. And that's what I have behind me, and that's the machine we import into North America. A multi-boiler machine has multiple coffee boilers, so one for each group. And you can precisely set the temperature for each group separately, as opposed on a single boiler, you only have one temperature for all of the groups. The two-group machine behind me has three boilers. One for each group. Those are 1 liter volume each. That's for the coffee. And the steam boiler is 8.6 liters. On a three-group machine, you have the same 1 liter capacity for the coffee boilers, and the steam boiler is 10 liters. The first thing that we notice on the Sanremo F18 is its striking aesthetic. Like the name suggests, the machine was inspired by military aviation, the F18 fighter jet. And I think it's got a really cool, unique, and aggressive look. The machine is jam-packed with features. Sanremo is a brand that has really gained a lot of notoriety over the last couple of years. And in this video, I'm going to show you all of the features of this machine to help you make a decision as to whether this may be the right choice for your cafe or restaurant. I'm going to go over and point out some of the external features of the F18, and the first thing I'd like to mention is the large area of the drip tray. The drip tray is very generously proportioned, gives you lots of room to work. In comparison to some other machines, I really like this because there's plenty of room for cups, for pitchers, for whatever you need. I mentioned already the tall groups. It gives you a lot of cup clearance for different size cups. If you're using a smaller cup, which I'll show when I demonstrate the machine, you can use a riser of some kind in order not to lose heat. Each group has volumetric dosing, and there's 4 programmable buttons. You have your single short, double short, single long, double long. Those are just representations though. You can program these buttons to whatever volume that you like. Most cafes nowadays are only using 1 or 2 buttons. I'm only going to be using 1. I'm only going to be pulling doubles when I make my shots, but you do have the option, of course, of programming 4 different doses or using the machine as a semi-automatic, and that's this large button here at the bottom. Just above each group, we have a large size shot counter, and that will of course come on when the pump is on. So I'll just show you here. I press the button and it counts up. Shot timer is a very useful feature when you're dialing in your espresso, and this is a nice clear shot timer with large characters, very easy to see, very easy to read. And finally, let's go over the display, and this is the control center of the machine. It displays all of the information that we need to see. You'll see here on the left that 5.3, that's the line pressure coming in. That's a little bit on the high side. I may want to use a pressure regulator to reduce that, because when I'm doing pre-infusion, that's the pressure that will be used for the pre-infusion. I think that's a little bit on the high side. I would like to see that around 3 or 3.5 bars. The second, 124 degrees Celsius, that's the temperature inside my steam boiler. Again, if I want to raise that, I would get higher pressure in the boiler, which is on the far right-hand side here, 1.3. That's 1.3 bars. That's the pressure inside the steam boiler. Of course, if I raise the temperature, the pressure will also increase. If I want to know the temperature of my groups, I just press down here, and you can see that my left group is currently at 91 degrees Celsius. My right group is at 92.9 degrees Celsius. And I can set these, of course, to anything that I like. And I'll also mention that one amazing thing, or one of the many amazing things of the F18, it has remarkable temperature stability. It is thermally stable to within 0.2 degrees, which is really fantastic, and we taste that inside the cup. Temperature is one of the most important variables when it comes to coffee, and the Sanremo F18 does a fantastic job of that. I'll show you some of the programmability features of the F18, and to access those, you hold down this hamburger button for a few seconds, and you see this menu here. And what we can adjust here, of course, we can turn the machine on or off. One thing that you don't see in commercial machines that often is an auto on and off timer. To conserve energy, say you're closed one day, say you're not open on Sundays or on Mondays or whatever, you can actually set the machine to be off that day. And then to turn on, I'd give it at least 45 minutes before you arrive, so the machine can be fully hot for your arrival, because this is a large boiler, so it does take a little bit of time to heat up. But you can set all that inside this menu, which is a very nice feature to have. In the bottom left-hand corner here, we have our counters, and this is just a display of how many of each types of drinks we have made. It's nice to have some information to see how many drinks a day you're doing. You have all that. That's the counter information. Over here, we have the LED lights. You can turn them on or off. I don't see any reason to turn them off because they do look super cool, so I like to leave those on. Just below that is the cup warmer. I also leave the cup warmer on. It's an active cup warmer that keeps my cups on the top of the machine nice and warm. The button here at the bottom right hand corner I'm not going to press because that's for automatic flushing of the machine, the back flushing, which I'm not going to do right now. Then we press the arrow to go to the next page of the menu, and here we have the options controlling our group temperature. So I have my group temperature 1 set at 90 degrees. Of course, I can set group 1 and group 2 very easily. And the button below that is the pre-infusion button, and this is where we set our pre-infusion options. I'm not going to be changing those right now either, but you can set those in seconds based on each button that you've programmed. And at the bottom right-hand corner, that's our dosage programming, and that's where we program the single short, double short, single long, double long buttons I mentioned before. So you have the different buttons, and you set that in milliliters, and you can set it per group. So you can have different settings on each one of your groups. I'm not going to change that. I have these buttons programmed. You can say it's 65 milliliters, then 92, then button 3 is 73 and 118, etc. But you can set that to, of course, your preference and dial it in with your coffee. A feature that I really love on this machine are the oversized steam and hot water valves. So for steam, we have it right here, and this is not a rotary valve. It's an instant on and instant off. You don't actually have any kind of play in there where it's not like a tap where we're kind of opening it. It just goes open and closed, and of course the same thing on the other side. Very, very simple to use. Also, after you're done steaming, if you want to just give a purge, instead of going left like I did to turn it on, you go right, and you can kind of just give it a second purge. That's very cool as well. Over here we have the hot water, and this is also programmable. So you would program this in your dosing setting. I have it set to 7 seconds, but basically I press this and it delivers 7 seconds worth of water. You can set that to whatever you like, either for Americanos or for tea. You can see it's completed there. That's also a fantastic feature. With other types of machines where you have either like a knob or an actuator, a lot of people put like a cup and they'll open it and close it, and that allows steam to get in your hand. It's a little bit more dangerous. It can be a little bit frustrating, whereas here, you just place your cup, again, on the larger drip tray. You got lots of room, press your button, and it'll deliver the preset amount of water. It's a very handy feature. So now let's see the F18 in action. Let's see it doing what it's made for, and that's making fantastic espresso-based drinks. And I'd like to show you how easy it is to make great coffee if you have the right tools, and of course the F18 is one of those. I have this paired with the Malconic E80 grind-by-weight grinders, which is certainly one of the best grinders in the world. It's fast, it's clean, it's fantastic. So I'm going to do, on the left group, I'm going to do 2 lattes, and on the right group, I'm going to do a shot of espresso. So I'm just going to take my right group here. This is set to 18 grams. You can see the speed is just unbelievable. That's about 3 seconds, maybe actually even a little bit less than 3 seconds. Delivers a precise dose. I'm using the puck press, which is an automatic tamper. Makes things super easy, very, very clean. And I'm just going to purge my steam one. I've got my milk poured already, and I press the volumetrics, and I begin frothing my milk. Once I'm done with my milk here, just purge that, and I add my milk to my lattes. 1. And 2, and I've got 3 drinks that are prepared quite quickly. My latte art, of course, is a little bit rudimentary, but it isn't my specialty. And a shot of espresso. And now, if I wanted to do more drinks, of course, I can prepare, but this is great for a restaurant. And we always recommend that restaurants have at least a 2-group machine, even if they aren't super busy. It's if you get a table of 4, or a table of 6, you want to serve all those drinks together. So you'd prepare your milk drinks first and your espresso last, because you want to bring that out as fast as possible so it's nice and hot. But there you have 3 drinks prepared on the Sanremo F18. The F18 could be a great investment for your coffee-based business. With its striking aesthetics, volumetric dosing, ease of use, it could really help you stand out and rise above the competition. If you have any questions about the F18, the Malconic E80, the puck press, or any one of our products, please feel free to reach out to idrinkcoffee.com. We're here to help. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this about espresso machines, coffee machines, espresso grinders, coffee grinders, everything to do with coffee. Thanks for watching and have a great day.